Norristown Eagles will face the Bulls of Glen Mills in the District 1 final game. These are the voices of the Eagles, Jim Nelson and Frank Winkle, with our statistician, Glenn Martin. Both teams should really be ready for this game tonight. Glen Mills had one of their best players out in the last 2 games, but we understand he is going to be back tonight. The Eagles riding high with a 23-1 record, undefeated since the Christmas vacation. Certainly have to be looking forward to this game. District seedings look very good. The number 1 and number 2 seeded teams have made it through. Frank, we were both at the Palestra Tuesday, had the chance to do the game. Norristown came through with a very big victory against Chester, and it actually looked up until the end of the 3rd quarter as though they were down and could lose. Some reflections on that game and the Norristown victory.
Well, Jim, Norristown came out very cold in the beginning of the game, and it was their bench that provided the spark, especially in Lou Simmons. Lou came in off the bench, got 2 quick buckets. One was a 3-pointer, I believe. Played really good defense, made a steal here and there, and really got the whole team going and got Norristown back in the game. And then Rich Mayers coming in, fighting for the ball, rebounding. He helped bring back the starters. Finally, the starters settled down and started to play some ball. But as you know, they were losing in the second half, deep into the second half, by I think it wasn't as much as 6 or 7 points, and they came back. So Norristown is a team that can come back.
Yeah, I was looking at the tape 2 nights ago, and that shot that Shaw made at the end of the 3rd quarter from half court, you know, most teams that could have just torn them apart. And Eagles, down 5 instead of down 2, had the courage and the guts to come back in that 4th quarter. Glen Mills, team that lost 2 games early in the year, went undefeated in a very tough Del Val League, beating Pinwood twice, beating them again in the playoffs, and beating Chester twice. What are your impressions of them, having seen their game with PW?
Well, Jim, I don't think they have as much basketball talent as the teams they're playing. All they have is height. As you know, underneath, they go 3 men, at least 6'8". They get so many rebounds that they can take so many shots, and they just outshoot the other team, even though they might shoot a very poor percentage. But I don't think they have as much basketball talent as PW had, as Norristown has. They just out-rebound you. They just have a tremendous amount of height. And but I don't see that much basketball talent there.
Okay. Tonight's game. What is Norristown going to have to do to win this game tonight?
I don't think Norristown is going to rebound with them that well. I think Thompson and Ramsey and Mayers are going to be fighting for their life under the basket. So the key to the game is going to be that outside shooting, and I don't mean far away. I mean the outside shooting 8 to 10 feet from the basket. They're going to have to shoot those shots at least at 50% to win this ball game. If you drew a circle from the basket on a radius of 10 feet out, at that distance, they're going to have to shoot 10% or 50%. And the key man just might be Mike Evans. He's the man who's going to be open for that shot. Because I think Flowers and Binky Johnson are going to be played very tight. But the man who plays Mayers is going to have a problem. Because Mayers is a good ball handler. He plays like a backcourtman. And he's going to be open for that 10-foot shot. And I think he just might be the key man in this game tonight. If he's on, or not Mayers, excuse me, Evans. If Evans is on, I think we're going to be in good shape.
One more factor I'd like to look at with you, Frank, the Glen Mills press. 6 points down at halftime to Plymouth Whitemarsh. Came out in the second half. Hank Stofko's PW teams just don't throw the ball away. And yet Glen Mills forced them into a number of turnovers, which made a difference in the game. Can Norristown handle the Glen Mills press?
I think they can. I think PW, they were making long, almost half-court passes in the first half that was beating the Glen Mills press. Then Glen Mills went into a different type of press. First of all, they brought in a couple guys who were a little bit faster, and they went into what's called a 1-2-2 press, where they weren't playing that kind of press the first half. PW didn't adjust to it and shorten up their passes, and that's what got them in trouble.
Okay. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, very shortly with the opening tip-off. Again, our District 1 final, and the Norristown Eagles 1 game away from becoming the District 1 here at the Villanova DuPont Pavilion, where they're introducing all of the Norristown players. Big night today, Frank, and a surprisingly big crowd here at the DuPont Pavilion.
Yes, Jim, we can hardly hear each other up here. Jim and I are way up in the boondocks, and we're sitting in the dark, so you have to bear with us. But I know I'm nervous, so the teams down there must be rather nervous.
One good thing, as high as we are, we're right here in the middle of a lot of Norristown fans, and it's good to see the number of fans that have come out here to support Norristown tonight.
Yeah, Jim, this is the type of crowd this team deserves. Win or lose, they deserve a crowd to see them play. And this is really the first game where they've had a big crowd.
Norristown starters being introduced, and the Eagles will go with their usual starting five. At the guards will be number 13, Howard Flowers, and number 42, Dana Binky Johnson. Center will be number 33, Priest Ramsey, and in the front court, number 40, Jeff Thompson, and number 41, Michael Evans. You may be sure that you will see Richard Myers, Jeff Thomas, Kurt Lever, Louis Simmons, those strong people off the bench who have meant so much for Norristown this year, particularly in that last game against Chester, where the bench really helped out and was responsible for our winning the game.
Well, Jim, as I said in our pregame show, the key to this game is going to be making that 10-foot jump shot, because I don't think Norristown is going to get a whole lot of rebounds. I may be wrong, because sometimes you can rebound against a team like Glen Mills by getting really great position. But as I said, they're going with 6'9", 6'8", 6'8", and Norristown can't come close to matching that.
The Eagles will have to box out effectively tonight. And one of the things that I worry about might be they're getting in foul trouble tonight by trying to battle too much underneath. I think Frank Richard Mayers may be a real key tonight. I think we may have to go to him early.
Well, he'll be the key underneath, but the key on the outside shooting just might be Evans. I think Evans is the man that's going to be open for the shot, and I just hope he's on tonight.
For the Battling Bulls tonight, the starting lineup will be number 52, Alonzo Golston. Up front, number 33, Charles Robinson, and number 25, Roy Bomaski. And in the backcourt, number 5, Bob Kavillion, and number 12, Frank Allen. And this is a big team. Golston, 6'8" junior, is their center, and Robinson goes at least 6'6" or 6'7" up front. And there's going to be one of the early keys. How does Norristown rebound? How does Norristown handle the press that Glen Mills might very definitely throw at them very early on in this game?
And
we'll
Jim,
have to be watching for both of those things.
Another key in this game, Jim, could be the type of officiating we see. I hate to say it, but many times an official will determine a game, whether they're calling every little touch or how much they're letting the players bump each other around. Officiating could be a real key in this game.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about after our last game is something that the colleges and the professionals have gone to. It's a cost item, but that third official is a big help. Having him out there just gives you that 2 more eyes to help see things, not to call fouls, but simply to keep the game moving along.
Well, yeah, as you'll recall in the Chester game, Jim, I thought they missed 3 seconds in the lane quite a few times, and it really hurt Norristown.
All right, tip off, we're ready to go. Tap up, controlled, Kavillion on the move to Robinson on a drive, misses. And that might just be early tightness. Evans out to Flowers. Flowers up court on the left-hand dribble, left side. Over to Johnson up near the center line. Binky waves the men in, back cross court to Flowers. Over to Evans in the corner to Flowers, cross to Johnson. Fakes the shot, comes down, moves across to Thompson. Over to Johnson. Right-hand dribble, right side of the basket, about 20 feet out. Over to Evans, to Flowers, Johnson, Norristown, very patient with the ball now, which is smart. There goes Evans on the move, outside to Johnson, back to Flowers. With a 3 points, up strong off the board. Rebound by number 5, Kavillion. Ball in the hands of Allen, number 12.
Glen Mills was playing a Villanova type 1-2-2 zone, and they looked like they were playing it very well, moving around really well.
Allen from outside, ball strong. Robinson almost had the rebound. Johnson broke it loose. There goes Flowers on the dribble to Ramsey. Ball stolen by Allen. Allen over to Kavillion on the right-hand dribble coming up, and they're not wasting any time. Pass to Golston, misses the layup. Robinson underneath with the left hand, good.
And that shows their height advantage, Jim. There's just not much you can do about that. But again, I thought an official missed a 3-second violation on that.
Here comes Johnson breaking a press to Ramsey underneath. Misses. Pinky Johnson with a rebound. Scores. Eagles 2. Glen Mills 2. 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Goes a long pass to Golston on the move with a right-hand shot. Up good. About 7 feet from the basket. Norristown has to watch for that long pass. Glen Mills will throw it down there, and that's an easy way to beat the press.
And they're going into a press.
Ball almost taken. Thompson control. Fakes the jump up. He's fouled. Shot is no good.
Foul, and you got to hope the Eagles are on their foul shooting tonight.
Foul is on.
They're going to need it. They're certainly going to need every foul shot they can get.
Norristown shot fouls very, very well in the game against Chester. Just hope that they shoot as well tonight.
Just got to hope they're relaxed enough.
Thompson shooting 2, and you can hear the Glen Mills section. Thompson makes the first. Eagles trail by 1, 4-3. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the first period. Thompson ready, second shot up, good. Nothing but net, and here comes Norristown out in their press, and now they're watching that deep man. Allen on the dribble, very quickly breaks it, almost loses it, goes the ball underneath, and 2 guys diving on it as the ball goes sailing out of bounds.
That's one call I'm glad I didn't have to make. I couldn't tell what happened.
Looked like a rugby scrum out there. Ball in the hands of Dana Johnson. Johnson over to Flowers on the right-hand dribble. And Norristown has not had any trouble with the press. There goes Thompson. Thompson to Ramsey underneath, up, layup too strong. Rebound, that's Evans, Thompson, ball blocked. Here comes Brumoski, losing the ball over to Golston.
But you can see offensively, Jim, Norristown's having trouble with the height out there. They got to go up 2 and 3 times against those Glen Mills big men.
But they've had those layups. Ramsey looks a little tight out there, and that just comes in the early going. That'll go away. There goes Ramsey again. Foul, and that is on Robinson again. Number 2 on Robinson, one of the big men for Glen Mills, and there's a factor that can really help as we go along.
You know what I think happened there, Jim? When Glen Mills went into their 1-2-2 zone under the basket, Norristown kept the ball out, trying to draw them out, and I think Glen Mills, they don't want that kind of game. They don't want a low-scoring game. So they came out into their press to force Norristown to do something.
Ramsey ready with 2 shots for the Eagles. First shot up, no good. I think this is just a matter of nerves right now and settling down and getting into
I
the
hope
flow
so,
of the
Jim.
ball game. Now, this is something that you see early on. Not unusual. Second shot up, good. Eagles up by 1, 5-4 over the Bulls. You remember in the first period down at the Palestra, PW went ahead of Glen Mills. There's Flowers almost for the steal, controlled, however, by number 12, Frank Allen. Allen over to Brumoski. Brumoski. Oh, there goes Johnson on the fast break. Finds Ramsey. Ramsey with a dribble. Up, good.
Nice play by Priest Ramsey. I thought he was too far under the backboard, but he put it in.
There goes Ramsey back. He's got Golston back. He's got to watch him. Allen coming up on the left-hand dribble. Finds Cavilion. Cavilion with a long shot. No good. Thompson on the rebound, knocked out of his hand by number 52, Golston. And that might have been a lucky call for the Eagles.
That's what I thought. I thought it was out on Thompson. But as I said before, we're way up here in the boondocks. It's kind of difficult to tell.
But it's good to see Jeff up on the board like that. He had good position, and that's what the Eagles are going to have to do. Johnson breaks it over to Mike Evans, up with a shot.
This is what the Eagles need, Jim, to give them some confidence.
It's hard to keep from cheering ourselves, Frank. We followed this team all year long, and you want to just cheer because they've been fun to watch.
But they had to have some doubts coming into this game, and getting a little lead like this has to give them some confidence and let them know they can beat these guys.
Evans with a foul shot, off the ring, no good. Thompson battling, ball controlled. In there by number 32, Crowley, who has come in. And also number 24, Epps on the dribble. Over to Allen. Crowley. There goes the ball underneath the Pavilion. Easy layup, misses it. Rebound, no good. And Glen Mills looks very tight tonight on their shooting.
Yes, they do, Jim.
Here comes
But I hope
Johnson.
Norristown can keep jumping with them all night.
Johnson to Flowers, and they hold the ball up. Good defense by the Eagles on that last possession. Johnson over in the corner to Flowers. Three-pointer up, no good. Too strong. Rebound, Allen. Allen bringing the ball up. Number 12. There goes the ball to Epps, and Glen Mills is going to the bench early, and they also have a deep bench. This is one team we're not going to beat because of the bench.
No, Jim, both teams, it could be a question of which teams last the longest.
There goes Evans. Evans back to Johnson, over to Flowers on the right side, into Thompson. Jumper up. Thompson's got it.
That's the shot, Jim. That's the one I think they can do all night if Thompson is on, and I think Evans will be open for that one.
That's been his shot all year. Pavilion with the ball, number 5 on the dribble, into the corner, harassing him. There goes Crowley underneath, shot no good. Looks like a foul on Evans. If so, that'll be his first. Here comes Bumaski back into the ball game. He's replacing Pavilion.
And Jim, I'll tell you, Glen Mills looks a lot better than they looked the other night against Plymouth. They look like they're handling the ball a little bit better. They're making their shots a little bit better. I'm surprised. They're looking better than the team I saw the other night.
Crowley's foul shot creeps over the front of the rim, falls through. Eagles 11, Bulls 7. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the first period. Crowley ready with a second. Hits up, strong off the rim. Rebound. And that is Mike Epps. And Epps has come off the bench here to very quickly spark Glen Mills. They needed somebody to start hitting, and they may have found their man.
Well, that's what I mean by that height advantage, Jim. You put a couple big guys under there. Although right now, Glen Mills has a rather short team out there, if you want to call that short, but short for them.
Yeah, that's one rebound you don't want to let them get, that rebound off the foul. You want to box out. Epps has 5 points already. Ball taken away from Thompson. There's the pass. It's Epps with the ball. Epps over to Allen. Bulls trail by 1 with the ball. Coming down to 3 minutes. Bumaski outside to Allen. Back to Bumaski for the 3. In and out. And there's Johnson. Hey, Johnson looks for Flowers, thinks twice about it. Up to Evans. Evans back to Johnson, over to Evans. And there's a jumper. Evans on the move, around, no good. Rebound by Golston. Golston to Bumaski. On the right-hand dribble. On the right-hand side, Binky Johnson picking him up outside. Goes over to Allen. Fakes the shot. On the drive, in, no good. Rebound, Golston, yes. Bulls take the lead, 12-11.
And Priest Ramsey's going to have to keep that guy out of the lane. He's going to have to back into him.
He's got 5 inches on Priest. That's
I know.
There goes Evans. Shot is way off, doesn't hit a thing. And he's the man that's got to shoot tonight. There goes the steal by Evans. Evans to Flowers. 3-point shot up. No good. Strong off the rim. Save over by Ramsey. Nice play. Ball stolen. There goes the pass to Golston. And he's going to go for the dunk.
That's a good foul, Jim. He had a guaranteed bucket, and if you don't let him shoot, that's a good foul. Of course, you hate to see it on Binky Johnson this early in the game, but force him to make 2 from the foul line.
That's only his first. It almost looked like he hit the ball, but we're so high up here you can't tell.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell.
Pavilion returns to the lineup, replacing Allen. And once again, Glen Mills making judicious use of its bench. Norristown yet to come off the bench. Foul shot up around, off the left-hand side by Golston, no good. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the first quarter. Bulls 12, Eagles 11 in the early going. Second shot is up and good. Richard Mayers just in for Norristown, replacing Evans. The pace of this game is pretty quick. There goes Johnson on the move. Good fake. Drive, and he's called for walking.
I thought that was a good call, Jim. I thought Binky did walk on that.
Golston of Glen Mills with 5 points here. Glen Mills handling the press. Ball in the hands of Bumaski. Coming down, jump shot. No good, strong, up high, Golston loses it, and it's Pinky Johnson on the move. Bumaski tries to knock it away from him, doesn't get it. Ball goes to Thompson, shot is good. Foul on Crawley, and the Eagles tie it 13-13.
And Jim, my understanding was when a man shoots that ball up there and somebody grabs the net, that's goaltending. Even if that shot had not gone in, I think that should have been goaltending.
Well, we might have seen that call. It's hard to know. Thompson now with 6 for the Eagles. Tie game with 1 minute and 36 seconds left here in the first period. Thompson's foul shot up, good. And Louis Simmons has entered the lineup for Norristown. Also, Priest Ramsey takes his seat. And Simmons was the spark plug in the game against Chester. Here's Kavillion with the ball. Simmons and Johnson on him. Almost throws the ball away. Bumaski controls deep. Good pressure. There's the ball underneath. Golston has it. Spin shot. Way over the basket. No good. Rebound lost. We're going to have a foul. That foul, hopefully that's not on Binky.
And Jim, you could see the way Mares was struggling with his man under there. It's just so much height for him. He was jumping and doing everything to try to keep his man from getting the ball, but they throw it up there high, and the man just out jumps him.
And that again was the second foul on Pinky Johnson. And Coach Cresswell has had to put him to the bench now for a little while, coming back in as Mike Evans. And Johnson may well be, even though this didn't show up in the Chester game, Johnson may be the man that the Eagles can afford to lose the least. He controls that offense, he scores, he hits the open man.
Well, and it's just the confidence he can give to the rest of the team, too. We sure don't want to lose him.
Crowley misses the first shot for the Eagles, ready with a second. Shot is up around, no good. And there's Mares, high up for the rebound. Ramsey's off the bench, he's getting ready to come back. Simmons over to Flowers, Flowers to Simmons. Simmons over to Flowers, down in the corner to Thompson with a jumper up, good. Jeff Thompson is on fire.
And I hope he can stay that way.
Here comes Kavillion, breaks the press down.
Oh!
And there goes the charging foul.
I was glad that was charging. It was such an obvious charge.
Let's see what they call about the basket. What are they going to say about the basket? I guess they waved it off. 16-13 Eagles. Here comes Thompson on the dribble. Ball stolen by Allen. Nice play, and someone's got to alert Thompson that that man is coming. Allen with the ball, coming down court. Simmons almost steals. Reverse dribble. Finds Crawley.
Nice
ball
block.
Blocked on the way in. Allen with the ball again. Over to Crawley. Stolen by Ramsey. Simmons battling. Simmons controls. Around the back to Flowers. To Ramsey. What a great play by both Flowers and Simmons. And Priest Ramsey on the walk. There's a case. Almost a steal. Allen controlling. Finds Bumaski with the ball.
I wish we had an instant replay on that, Jim. I'm afraid I didn't see that.
Long
walk.
shot by Bumaski, in and out. There goes the battle. Flowers on the rebound, on the move on Bumaski. All the way up with a spin, good. On the drive, Howard, Flowers, Eagles 18, Bulls 13, 3 seconds left. There goes Bumaski, he's not going to get the shot off. And there it is, Frank, first quarter, the Eagles of Norristown.
And I'll tell you, Jim, you can see this is going to be a tough ball game, just about anybody's ball game. I just hope the Eagles have the stamina to continue at this pace. When one of the Eagles jumps underneath, they got to jump much higher than the Glen Mills players, and I just hope they can keep it up for the rest of this game.
Well, remember we have the depth on the bench, Frank. We haven't gone that deep yet. Thomas has not played. Lever has not played. Craig Jones can come off and give you some minutes. So I think we can expect to see some of these players come in. Interesting enough, they lose Pinky, and the team, Louis Simmons comes in again, and those guys hang tough and do the job.
You just got to wonder what Lou Simmons would have done if he went to another school in the Suburban 1 where he would have been a starter, just about any other school. You know, it's just incredible. I'm almost sorry he didn't go to another school because he would have been a full-year starter and probably really racked up some numbers, some steals, some assists, some points. And we're lucky to have him at Norristown, but it's a shame for Lou that he didn't go to another school.